Hey guys, I'm Vegard, and in today's video you're going to learn a fast and easy way to iron your shirt. So in this video I'm going to use my steam iron, my aerosol can of heat activated spray starch, a cup of tap water for the steam iron, in addition to a 13 by 18 inches grip seal plastic bag, and of course you're going to need your shirt. I have, by the way, added links to these products below this video if you want to check them out. And by the way, if you'd like to learn more about my ironing gear, you should check out my ironing gear video tutorial by clicking the link on screen or down below this video now. So before we start ironing, I would like to share my favorite trick with you that makes ironing any garment so much easier. The trick is simply to spray the garment you're about to iron with some water and leave it in an airtight plastic bag to rest for about half an hour. When you do this, the fabric gets damp and about 10 times easier to iron. And for this job, I simply use my steam iron's built-in spray nozzle and a 13 by 18 inches grip seal plastic bag. These are, by the way, the same plastic bags that I used in my how to iron dress pants video, which you can check out by clicking the link on screen or down below now. So I've already prepared another shirt. It spent the last 30 minutes in a plastic bag like this, and it's now probably damp and ready to get ironed. So before we start, I need to top up the steam iron with some water. And I also need to adjust the heat settings according to the shirt's K label. And looking at this shirt's K label, I can see it has an iron symbol with 2 dots in it. That means that I have to adjust my steam iron settings wheel to the position with 2 dots on it as well. However, I will leave the steam iron steam settings on full for most parts of this video. So because I'm right-handed, I like to start with the shirt's right front side. That way the parts of the shirt which I've already ironed will hang down on the other side of the ironing board, out of mine and the steam iron's power cord's way. A fun fact here is that shirts made for women always have the buttons on the opposite side, the left side. And the reason for this, I believe, is that they were made that way to make it easier for the right-handed maids to dress the women of the household. Men, on the other hand, were expected to dress themselves, and since most men are right-handed, we ended up with shirts with buttons on the right side. So when placing the shirt on the ironing board, it's important that the side seam of the shirt aligns against the edge of the ironing board. That way, hardly any part of the shirt's front is left unironed. So we just start ironing, and we make sure to give the hem some extra attention, as this can be quite hard to iron flat. Also, we make sure to iron in between all the buttons on the front plackets. So when we're done ironing the right front side, we grab the hem and the shoulder and shift the shirt over, placing the right back side on the ironing board. And again, it's important to align the side seam of the shirt with the edge of the ironing board. So the shirt back side will have to be ironed in 2 steps, and once we're done with the right side, we shift the shirt over once again and we align the left side seam to the edge of the ironing board and iron the left side. So my shirt has some pleats here on the back, and chances are that your shirt might as well. So the best way I've found to tackle these pleats are actually to iron into them while slowly and gently wiggling your iron from side to side. So when we're done with the back, we shift the shirt over again and we focus on the left front side. So once we're done ironing the left front side, we simply grab the top and bottom of the front placket and place it reverse side up on the ironing board. As you can see with my left hand, I make sure never to let go of the shirt, because if I do, it will slide off the ironing board. While still holding onto the shirt, I apply some spray starch to the reversed side of the placket. Once the starch is applied, I turn off my steam iron steam function and activate the spray starch by ironing it until it's roughly dried up. So next is the left arm, and we place it on the ironing board with the gauntlet button and wrist placket facing up. Then we locate the arm seam like I've done here and make this the starting point for our steam iron. So while holding on to the arm seam, I gently pull on the arm's fabric to remove as many of the folds and wrinkles as I can before I start ironing. So now I turn my steam iron steam function back on, and I start ironing the arm from the arm seam and out motion, which will create a nice crease in the top side fabric of the arm. So we start ironing on the upper arm and we work ourselves down to the wrist placket. At the wrist placket, we iron around the gauntlet and we pull and adjust the fabric as necessary. Then we iron the reverse side of the wrist placket before applying starch. Turning the steam function on the steam iron off and activating the starch by ironing it until it's roughly dried up. Once that's done, we fold the wrist bracket into its natural position, turn the steam back on and give the wrist bracket a light pressing. So when we're done ironing the left arm, all we have to do is repeat the steps and do the same with the right arm. And now that the shirt looks damn good, if I have to say so myself, we just have one final step left, and that's to iron the collar. Now, if you have a high quality shirt, there's a good chance that your shirt has removable collar bones. If it does, you need to remember that they should always be removed before you wash it and before you iron your shirt. So my shirt, on the other hand, do have collar bones, but they're not removable, so I'll just have to leave them in while ironing the shirt. I also have to mention that button-down shirts, like the one I'm wearing today, are not supposed to have collarbones. So if your shirt is missing collarbones, that might just be the reason. As I was saying, all we have to do now is to iron the collar, and to do that we simply place it face down on the edge of the ironing board like this. Then, with the steam function on, we iron the reverse side wrinkle-free before applying spray starch. And now with the steam function turned off, we activate the spray starch by ironing the collar until it's roughly dried up. So if your shirt had removable collar bones, now is the time to put them back in, because we're gonna put the shirt on a clothes hanger. And as you can see, the shirt is now on the clothes hanger, and all I did after I activated the spray starch was simply to fold the collar back to its normal position. Next, we're gonna button close the top two buttons and the last button on the front placket. So the reason why I buttoned these buttons is because it helps keep the shape of the collar, as well as it helps prevent the shirt from getting wrinkly when it's hanging in the closet. And if you need to pack your shirt rather than hang it on a clothes hanger like this, you should check out my how to pack a suit and shirt video, and you can watch that video by clicking on the link on screen or down below this video now. So that's all I had to show you guys in this video. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, please click the button below and leave a like. It really helps me out. Also, if you have a request or anything to share, please post it as a comment in the comment field below, because I think it's awesome hearing what you have to say. Now click on this window to watch my next video. Or click on this window to get updated about new videos I post and become one of the classic guys here on my channel today.